CT side.
Big gamble stack over towards B. Relatively uncommon in your very first round. But a nice opener there from Joanna. Good grief. Beautiful anchoring from her here. She'll get a second for her trouble. Thank you very much. Can't quite make it a third, but that's going to be the A site free and clear. Numbers advantage still in favor of Let Her Cook, thanks to the heroics of Joanna. But there's still a chance here for NAVI. Bomb still yet to be planted. So the rotation is quick from Let Her Cook, and unfortunately right into Hanka's waiting hands.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if not for Joanna already, maybe this is going to be a lost round, but now the comeback is on here. 1 versus 2. It's Angelica coming through. She's the only one to hold on to the bomb right now. They're going to be putting up a smoke. They have a kit as well, so this Glock, it's going to have to be some quick kills, but this is where the trouble begins. How do you find it inside? The knife has come out, and she can't actually find the player. It's going to be Astra instead for the defuse inside. That smoke and kit combination of pistol rounds can absolutely be a round or game-changing move there. That's sick.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't really like spray and pray through the smoke there. You got to tap away and hope for the best. And as you said, the knife came out slashing away a little bit too far to the right. Couldn't quite find that player, but I mean, a lot of this comes down to Joanna being able to get these 2 opening kills here. Yes, she does eventually go down, but she gets that information, she opens up the numbers advantage, and she does so much to allow her team the space into the round that they need. So now NAVI with a bomb plant, an interesting force from them into this one.
Yeah, that's super aggressive, but with the bomb plant, I mean, you want to try and see if you get pressure early on, you feel like they're a better team, maybe you can just bully them out of the server right off the bat here. So Joanna again, the early kill here, but she's going to get traded right away. Angelica coming through and Viku following it up, so this is starting to look pretty grim for the A-bomb side. Should be a quick bomb plant, but Astra, that's a massive. Before the bomb even is down, she's going to be able to get a 2 versus 3, so making a big difference here. And actually, it's going to really delay that bomb plant. Angelica finally able to put it down, but the retake is obviously on here. Even if Melly goes down, Rachel and Astra left here.
Viku in a bit of a tight one there, trying to take this long-range battle. Sure, she does have a deagle in hand, so you can get a lot done with that, but she's under pressure here. Angelica gets that 1 kill, so that's going to alleviate a little bit of that pressure. Now Rachel has to fight through both of these players, gets the first headshot, gets the cleanup. Oh, that was the M4 player as well. That's going to be a quick and easy defuse.
That was a fantastic headshot to begin that way. If she doesn't land that one, I don't think she's going to win that round. But yeah, that was really, really swift. And in spite of getting grenaded, so huge retake. That round was very, very winnable for the NAVI Javelin side, but they didn't end up doing it. So yeah, the force buy here, the early second round buy, not really working out in their favor. Even if they did a lot of damage, I suppose that's the upside. They get another bomb plant, and it's down to a 1 versus 1. In theory, you could force it up again if you wanted to. Half buy, fair enough.
Yeah. Hold on to a little bit of that cash for the next round. You don't want to allow this to get too far out of your control, and if you do go for that force up here, it's very hit or miss. So instead, they're going to play it a little bit safer, hedge their bets a bit. And for Let Her Cook, I mean, geez, AWP in play already in round 3. Melly looking to get a little bit silly here, but it could pay off.
Yeah, why not? UMP, it's become a little bit more popular in recent times. More people are starting to pick it up. Only going to be the 1 kill, but it was very nearly a double. Did do a lot of damage on Delina as well. It's Joanna moving forwards, and she'll be able to get the kill on Viku, no problem. Not bad at all. So again, it's a 1-player advantage for Let Her Cook here. The bomb's dropped really far back, so for NAVI, they have time, but it just means they have to spend a good 20 seconds to go and pick up the bomb again and kind of recover. So it could be a problem later on. More than anything, they need a bomb site right now.
I mean, bearing in mind when we saw the history between these two teams, this was one of the maps that NAVI had inevitably lost to Let Her Cook. It was 16-13, way back in day. But it was close. It was very close.
Right now, it's working out incredibly well for them. Not even a bomb plant's looking likely at the moment here. Through the smoke, it's Rachel to take the kill. And it will be a 3rd round. This time, even denying the bomb plant. Now, again, it was a half buy for the Javelin, so they're going to be able to pick up rifles in this round anyway. That is kind of the upside here. But still, that's a great round. They had an AWP on the CT side. They have, I think, 4 people alive at the end, so they're going to be able to start to build the CT side economy pretty early on in the game here. a lot of positives, I would say, going their way.
And to be fair, in CS2, to be able to start building up that CT side economy so early on, it's a massive boon in your favor, especially if you can just keep that going as much as possible. So a nice little bit of util dump very early on, but Hanka manages to get through it relatively unscathed. She's in a really good spot right now.
Yeah, big danger for anyone that's trying to re-peak that position in the middle, although it does kind of feel like the CT side is starting to fall a little bit further back. Suspiciously looking at the minimap, the bomb has dropped over towards the A side of the map, so it looks like that's where they want to try and see if they can break their way through. Astra will take down Viku, though, and instantly puts up the Molotov, slowing them down. Going to be a flashbang to follow, just really trying to make sure that they're not occupying that position. Hanka tries to make a play for it, but now they're actually in a fair bit of trouble here. Lina just barely coming out on top of that play. Melly sneaking her way through. I think Manishine coming at least within fighting distance there. Could have maybe tried to take the battle against Lina. The trades just continue. This is an unending battle in this round. There's no slowdown. And it kind of is a 2 versus 3, at least for the minute here.
Astra in a good position, but she kind of misses the cross here. So she's going to have to wait for a little bit of info from the B players to find out what has happened. Have they pushed through mid? Have they continued moving towards the B side? What is the play? And this is a great opportunity for Na'Vi. You see them here kind of sneaking in around the back. Astra has no idea. That Spidey sense has to start tingling soon. She's tucked in, so she at least has a little bit of cover here. And she's figured it out.
It looks like Lina's saw the gun barrel. I think she's on the hunt. I think she might have seen just the tip of that AWP. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Astra, I think she was playing at a huge informational disadvantage, but somehow she still comes out on top. That's really wild. 1 versus 3 here for the AK, and it is not going to be working out for Letty, unfortunately. So she's going to end up going down. Let her cook. 4-0 in their favor.
The timing was just so tight on that. There was a world in which Astra gets caught from behind.
Yeah.
And it's a 2v2, and, every possibility, Na'Vi finally get that round in the bag. But the timing is on their side. Astra peaks at just the right time, gives themselves a huge advantage. Unfortunately, we couldn't even get a third kill in that round. Just goes so handedly back in Leto Cook's hands. They do be cooking.
Yeah, right now they are. It's warming up slowly, but simmering at the moment. But a 4-0 lead, I mean, that's really sick. I mean, the only thing you could really point to is the fact that there are quite a few bomb plants for NAVI Javelins, so they should be able to keep the fight up. That's good news. But I don't know, this is a little bit of a troubling start here.
It does point out a bit of a chink in the armor as well, right? Like,
True.
Post plants, they need to be a little bit cleaner. The other problem is that so often when the bomb does get planted, they're already at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So to try and hold on to it, that's why the post plant falls apart. And it's great work from Leto Cook to maintain that advantage regardless of whether or not the bomb's planted.
Round number 5 here. Hanka, not quite as quick as the last round, but she's got the right idea. Crosshair in position. We'll take down Joanna right away. Great opening kill. This is a really big difference here from the previous rounds. A chance here for NAVI Javelins to maybe build something behind the opening. Molotov on the one side, and this should be a slaughter, and it will be. They clear out the Jaguar tunnel, and now they're in a 4 versus 2, so everything falling in line here finally for the T side.
So much space as well. Like, they've just overtaken the entire map, and Manishine, last one left alive. See if she can do a little bit of damage here. I'm not yet planted. So there's a little bit of like an anxiety here, but she will hear that tap. She is close enough. Does she realize that there's someone right behind her? No, she doesn't. Letty, arms wide open. Last kill of the round, and finally, 1 on the board.
And now is where the CT side economy really comes into play. So they have another buy in this round, but that's why it was important earlier that they had the 4 or 3 people alive at the end of some of those rounds. Seeing a Mag 7 come out, okay, it's going to be sold and rebought, I think, for an MP9. That, I don't know, I guess you could buy Mag 7 but for the fun of it, but the MP9 probably does make a little bit more sense. So 4-1 in their favor, leading into round number 6 here. Still is Rachel with a bunch of kills, 7-2 on her scoreline, so that's doing really well. And a boost up in the middle. Oh, if this actually could work out, I would love to see that. Yeah, I think a little bit further back, but if someone's jumping up there on the boxes, you might be able to see them. That would have been fun to actually have work out in the round. Anka's walking right through Manishine on the other side, catching up.
felt like a bit of a trap there because I'm convinced they must have heard the jump down and the reposition. So
yeah,
push that, get a bit aggressive, think, oh, I'm going to catch the stack off guard. Walk straight into their welcoming hands and let her cook, even on an ill-favored buy. Still managing to get so much done. Rachel, you pointed her out. She's going to get another one. Navi trying to keep it at least expensive, but Angelica now somehow has to salvage this whole round by herself. She's got to contend with the AWP, but now they know where she is. They can circle in, and it's fitting that in the Hall of the Hunter Cat, she is encircled and cut down.
Yeah, the last bit of prey left on the round, and it's not a fun position to be in. Wow, they are. That's a round where they don't have that much. There's a Deagle shot, I think, from the bottom of the B ramp as well. That was an instant headshot. So this is very, very quickly spiraling out of control, I must say. 5-1 in favor of Let Her Cook. NAVI Javelins playing with, I think, way less confidence than I was expecting. We know they have the aim for it. Oh, here we go. Just trying to going down to the start of it. Lina able to find that shot through and had the right idea with the angle, but just maybe a second late to try and find Astra there. Smoked up towards the donut. Now they can take a bit of a time. And now it makes sense to play slow, because you're in a 4 versus 5. And Letty just waiting there with the Galil. Easy enough kill.
Manashine also having a little bit of a tough start to this map so far. But at least they've still got a bit of a lead here. Now we'll have the execute come through over in towards the A site. And Let Her Cook so split up here. And Navi have installed another potential lurk to come through. The timing on this could be incredibly important. Now Meli's going to get that first kill here. Instantly traded out by Lina. And now the flank should activate. They're aware. Oh, it's a spray down. It's beautiful. It's an easy round for Navi.
Yeah, it's so great to have that, almost like an insurance policy in the middle, where if the retake was going to kind of work, then you could always have Viku walking up behind. And in this case, if they try to escape, she's going to shut them down. So either way, it's a huge round. NAVI Javelins, they needed that. It was about time. Now they have to keep doing it, and they have to not lose to this round. So this is just kind of a way to even out the economy, I think, for Let Her Cook. They weren't going to be able to buy very much, so they just said, okay, well, let's put everyone nearly at 0, maybe win the round, and if they do now, it's crazy. I mean, then they're going to be in a wild position.
And leaving Astra with a little bit of cash, because, reasons. Oh my, yeah, okay. That's what that gun does, if anybody wasn't sure. But at least there's a return on it. Anchor shuts it down. We'll not have any more of those shenanigans.
It's a 5-7 here, just at the edge of the smoke. Flashbang as well, but there's the deagle. It's Astra. Nice shot onto Letty. Now pushing forward. They wanted to steal that gun away, but maybe a little bit too greedy at that point in time. 3 versus 3 here. And once again, the Javelins are slowed down just a bit. Actually, Viku has opened up the other side of the map, or maybe it was Lina, yeah. So she's walked all the way to this side. So she knows that there's nobody here. They have plenty of time to rotate back with the bomb. So I think this is a really smart move right now. Instead of fighting the deagles, it's not worth it. Just try and get the bomb planted.
I mean, this has been great from Navi for so many rounds. Like, it's taken them a little bit of time to get into this rhythm, but they love to try and take that map control, get information, have somebody inserted on the other side of the map that can either play that late lurk, catch late rotations, or be like, yo guys, site's completely free and clear, come on over, the water's great. Oh my god, Astra! Or should I say, oh my god, Lina?
Yeah, either way. Oh, it's one of those, sometimes we call it like a cold position when you're just holding it for such a long time. It's like your eyes just get a little bit tired watching it, and somehow that's a one battle for Astra. I can't even believe it. Still very unlikely they can win the round. They have the kit, though, in place, so it's not out of the question. They're very quick on their feet here, trying to see if they can find it. Missed opportunity there. Melee spinning around, and now hunting for Viku, who's fallen all the way back to the corner. This has to be a straight defuse, just hoping. Oh, and a flash down below. It's a great idea. But Viku will take a victim at the end. It's going to be another round here for NAVI Javelins, but only barely. Think of what they brought into the round. It was nearly nothing.
I mean, Let Her Cook are doing a really good job of keeping things close regardless of what they have available. And for NAVI, so we spoke about how, coming into this, there's that little bit of a mental of like, we lost to this team before.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that again. And obviously that kind of starts to scratch at the back of your mind a little bit. And possibly that's one of the things that's kind of caught them up a bit, but then you take a bit of a timeout, you chat for a second, you realize, hang on, we are the better team.
Yeah, we can still do this.
Yeah.
It is also exhausting when, even when you win rounds, it's down to the 1v1s. Like, it's always hard. So you never have, like, a really great round where everyone's high-fiving and feeling good about the game. You're just kind of making your way through all the rounds, like, barely. And that can wear on you over time. So Lettercook are doing a great job of that, too. Just making sure that every round is kind of a struggle. This one, maybe less so. They were stacked at B, and the bomb's going to be planted at A in a couple of seconds. So doubtful if they can do much. Again, they can look for exit kills. Again, they can make it a lost round that's still not a real win for Navi. That's probably the best case scenario right now.
Yeah, this is a great post plant as well. They just planted, they back off, and they're just gonna hold for that sight line. Even if there's a smoke, no matter what's happening, they'll be able to just chip through it and deny anything. But this wraparound, and again, I mean, the idea of this isn't, of course, to win the round. The idea of this is to potentially catch these rotates, and Navi very cognizant of it, and instead they, head all the way into the CT spawn. You're not going to catch us off guard. Thank you very much. Try and hold on to as many players as they can.
The bomb radius though on this map is giant. So if you even run into the second, you see one bullet landing on any of these Navi players, and they could have died in CT spawn. But you know what? Fair play. They did come up with 4 people alive. That's obviously huge. Well done on their side, and they're starting to get a little bit more of a grip of the game. It was way too much of a slow start for my liking for NAVI Javelins, but I think they're starting to recuperate a little bit here. And again, like we said on some of the other maps, you get up to about 4 rounds or so, you're still competitive. It's maybe not amazing, but you're not straight losing the game. So I think we're at that stage now, and if they can keep it going, who knows what's in the future. Here is Lena in the middle, the flashbang. She actually threw that for herself in the corner, and she's gonna get a little bit of assistance there with a kill. Is Letty to pick that one up on Joanna, and they're at the A bomb side once again. That's a very fast round.
Let her cook a little bit late on the trigger there to get around towards middle. So bomb's already going to get planted. And there's only one player out towards A. Never mind, there are no players out towards A. Let her cook have to try to retake this with only 2 left alive. I mean, surely at this point you just back out.
Yeah, I feel like they have to. It's fun to be the hero sometimes, but going for a 2 versus 5 conversion, very unlikely to be a good call there. Maybe could have even made the call before Astra showed up to the bomb site, but they're also a little bit hyped up on Let Her Cook. They've been playing very well, so you're sort of playing for another one of those rounds, and sometimes it just doesn't really work out. There's a clear difference in some of the last couple of rounds here for NAVI Javelins. They've definitely woken up a lot more. Reminded themselves of what they're all about. You're starting to really feel that, which is great. I mean, you want to see that out of a team like this. They have the history, like they have the caliber of players, so you'd hate to see them show up on day 1 of Impact and just feel, a little bit more shut down. So
yeah. I mean, that's kind of one of the dangers of potentially being overconfident. And I think a part of that is just kind of like, okay, guys, we know what we're capable of, we know what we can do, but we're kind of making silly mistakes. We're getting a little bit too aggressive here. We're acting a bit outside of what we would normally play like. So we need to just kind of rein it in a little bit. And that seems to have worked out quite well. However, Let Her Cook, they're not going to allow this aggression to continue. Manashine, who is looking so quiet, pops up with 2 here and keeps this round competitive. Unfortunately, Let Her Cook still only have the 1 rifle. And a lot of those deaths in unrecoverable position. But there is a lurk to come through here. And if they can time this right, they could steal this round away.
yeah, Navi are a little bit aware of it. They are thinking about it, but maybe not yet. Oh, it's really close, Melly. Did she get spotted? I don't think so. So much damage. Shanauzi's hunting for it. She knew she had Viku in an uncomfortable position and Let Her Cook to win the round with a 5-7 at the start of it for a double kill. On the B ramp, they shut it down. And that was NAVI Javelins trying to change the pace. They chose to try and rush that bomb site, and it did not work out how they expected.
Yeah, it seems like maybe a bit of lackluster util as well. But I mean, Let Her Cook going to be incredibly happy with how that round went. And of course, taking a page out of Navi's book, having somebody on that late lurk, getting in right behind them. It is a bit odd that Viku is so under pressure there and isn't able to win out that duel. And now we get into our last round of the half here, and both of these teams, of course, vying so heavily to be able to put this in their back pocket. Navi want to even it out. Let Her Cook want to have a strong advantage into this next half.
Yeah, being probably maybe a little bit of an underdog team. You'd say let it cook to win a 7th round here would be really huge. I think Navi, in some sense, have probably done enough. Even though it looks like a sketchy game right now, I feel like 5 rounds, they're probably going to be doing okay on the CT side. So maybe the pressure in some sense still is on a let it cook, even in spite of the somewhat surprising results here. Hanka so deep. It's a little bit of a failed spray, but can they get the return? They can. And Jelka comes out from behind the box and takes down Manishine. So 3 versus, well, maybe for a minute that grenade is so close. Molotov as well. Astra trying everything to get rid of Angelica and get the jump done eventually. But it does open up the B-bomb side quite a bit.
Such good flush util there. So well played. But now NAVI make their way in. We're going to get that first kill. Melly holding the line. Knows exactly where at least one of these players are. Not entirely sure where the last is, but you have a good idea. She's going to get flushed out as well. She's feeling confident. Unfortunately, it's going to be Letty to come out on top of that one. Astra now, AWP in this potential retake. The first shot to connect. She does have a kit in hand, but she has to contend with Viku's AWP. Now, Viku has the advantage here. Knows where she is. Hits the shot, and it's a tied out first half.
Welcome back, everybody. We are into the second half here. We've got NAVI Javelins up against Let Her Cook, and so far, I've been a little bit surprised, to be honest. I thought NAVI Javelins were going to come in with probably more confidence and with a lot more round wins. It's a very, very open game right now. Could go any way. 6-6 tied right down the middle, and already looks like could be some pressure onto the B bomb side here at the start of the second half.
Yeah, well, we come into this, and it is the best of the best teams in the ESL Impact League, so unsurprising that we've got ourselves a nice, close game on our hands, but it's not over just yet. There's a chance here for both of these two teams to come out on top. So we start posturing in towards B, as you mentioned. We do have that late push over towards A as well to try and catch something off guard. It's going to be Rachel to open it up. They've realized that the A site, or rather they presume the A site is clear. Hanka has not been checked, so she can hear all of this happening and instantly the rotations to follow.
Well, she's managed, yeah, she's not even checking it at all, so Hanka, good kill. That at least buys them a way back into the round here, although I don't know if it's going to be easy. I'm seeing 2 smokes and a defuse kit on the Navi side, so the retake could actually be kind of interesting. Smoke's going to go down towards the main entrance, towards Donut, so no smoke left for the actual bomb. We'll see how that's going to be working out. They're not even getting through right now. Lena shut down, and Hanka, the one who started all of it here for the retake, down to very few bullets, having to now reload in the middle of it, and I think time is kind of running out a little bit here. Melee will find a skull, and it's going to be 3 kills for Melee in the round, and a beautiful start here to the second half for Let Her Cook.
Yeah, I mean, given that positioning from Hanka going completely unchecked, I'd start to think, you know, the rotations are coming in super quickly. There's a really good chance for this. And unfortunately, when you've got your whole team, I get it, you kind of deathball a little bit. It's a pistol round. You want to kind of concentrate that firepower as much as possible. But it does mean that it draws all of the firepower from Let Her Cook. They don't have a lot of space to work with. And ultimately, they do end up losing that round. Let Her Cook going to go for a far more robust buy on their second round than what we'd seen from Navi. And of course, having won the round, they do have a little bit more leeway to work with. Yeah, that's a Zeus.
That's a classic map for it. It's not as popular as it was. Like the change to the Zeus now, the range is a little bit extended for the one sap kill, and they're going to be finding the A bomb side anyway empty. So it looks like it's going to be a fairly straightforward. It's a walk in the park here for Let Her Cook as they are going to extend the lead 8-6. And nothing really that Navi Javelins could do. But again, you're setting up for exits here. You're trying to make this a costly round for the T side. You know you've lost the round at this point here. Not in range with a Zeus at all.
That was a Zeus.
Yeah. Didn't even get a chance to get fired. Yeah, I think even exit kills. Now you might be in a stage where you're trying to avoid the Mac 10s just to not feed them too much money on that T side.
Yeah, I think ideally, yeah, maybe you just like end up dying to the bomb. But oh, they're hunting. Let Her Cook. They're back in the kitchen. They're cooking up a storm. And Viku, last one left here. She's going to get pincered in on. She's actually good for one.
Oh, hold on.
Sure, free AK? Sure, any day of the week.
Oh, she does get shut down right at the end. It's such a shame. That would have been sick, though. If they could have brought that AK on over, that would have made a huge difference. And they just weren't quite able to, so.
AK? JK.
Yeah. Absolutely. As it was right, like that last second of the round sometimes hangs for such a long time. You're like, please, let me just...
Genuinely the longest second of your life.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why. All right. Well, now it's actually heating up quite a bit here. T side, you win the first couple of rounds. You know the CT side economy is going to be put under a lot of pressure all of a sudden at the start of the game. A couple of bad losses here for Navi Javelins, and they might not have a good chance of recovering this game right now. It's getting kind of interesting.
A little bit too close for comfort, to be sure. And bearing in mind, the last time they played up on this map, it went into overtime. It was incredibly close. The closest map between these two teams. I'm just kind of glad that we get the rematch on this map because it feels like that was the most hotly contested. So now we get like kind of a definitive winner of the map, quote unquote.
Yeah, I mean, you want to do it again. If you're Let Her Cook, you're thinking, let's prove that it wasn't a fluke last time. Yeah. Let's make sure that we're actually just the better team on this particular map. I think that would be... For me, at least so far, that would probably be the surprise of the day if this turns out, going to Let Her Cook. Just all things considered, right? You don't have the organization and just the caliber of team that Navi Javelins are. This is really interesting. 2-round lead, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself either, but it is starting to look pretty decent at the moment. 6-8, and got the AWP out on Astra. Don't have one yet on that CT side. That's a lot of damage from Molotov early on.
And the follow-up is fantastic from Hanka. That's all they wanted to do, get that kill, pull back, have the advantage. Now we chill. Now we hold angles. Now we see what do Leto Cook do.
Happy to see Angelica actually putting the smoke down and properly waiting until she peeks. I feel like so often teams will lose that B bomb site because they just forget about the B ramp for a second. I feel like if you're anchoring that B bomb site, your only job is to make sure that they can never sneak up the B ramp, and yet it happens all the time. So it's kind of important to make sure that they don't have a chance here. Cool double setup towards the tunnels, and it'll get rid of melee, so everything pointing towards this being an NAVI round at the moment.
Still a chance here for Leto Cook. They do have the numbers advantage. There you go. Rotation already starting to come in. That's going to make things a little bit spicier. Bit of spray and pray around the corner. They do get the first, but the site is very quickly being robustified, reinforced, and Astro with the AWP. She's caught in a really tight spot here. There is the chance for her to retreat, but she opts not to. She loses her life, the AWP, and the round.
Yeah, well played. Good rotation coming in there. That was appreciated. And we made up new words along the way, which is good.
We did, yeah.
It doesn't get any better than that, I think.
I teach English, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, even better. Who's going to argue with you in that case,
there you
right?
go.
You know, like, no one. Yeah, nice shot from Astra at the end. She seems to be really good with the AWP, but obviously can't afford it now. They're giving the AK instead, the hero AK, classically. I think that was... If now we're going to make some sort of comeback here, that last round was probably the pivotal moment where that makes the difference, where they start to build an economy, they start to recover themselves a little bit. It's been a rough first half, so getting off to a good start in the second half, I think that last round was everything to them.
I almost feel like I'd give the rifle to Rachel. She's been so good this whole time. Well, there you go. Nice little opener there, but instantly traded out, and Viku holds the line. That's the Viku we were waiting for. See if she can follow it up with a second. Of course she can. Easy as pie. She'll get flushed out here, but her team is ready to reinforce Astra. Good for 2. Okay. That's why she got the rifle. But how much more can she get done? Can Rachel pick up a gun for herself? Can Viku clutch out this round for her team? The shot does not connect. Nice swing there from Lena. 1 versus 1 here. Rachel now picks up that AK, a few pot shots to get fired. All she has to do is buy time. Just keep Viku busy just a little bit longer. Great shot to come through. The connect on the fadeaway. And it's another round for Leto Cook back in the driver's seat.
That's so crazy. Well played on Astra. I mean, she had no business winning both those kills there, but that changed the round significantly because it looked like Viku. She was laser sharp with the AWP at the start of the round. It looked like there was not even going to be much of a question that they were going to be able to win it there, but yeah, look at this shot. And the next one, she sees it coming. That's it. That should be the winning moment here, but Astra just good play. She limits the angle, falls away from the fight, forces the CTs to kind of run into her. Great round.
Mm-hmm. I must admit, Leto Cook, I feel like one of their strongest things here is how unpredictable they are.
Yeah.
They really do play unconventionally, and it's great. It's working so well. And if you can't read into what they're going to do, you're going to get caught off guard 9 times out of 10. And Navi are doing well. You know, they're keeping up pace. They're keeping it incredibly close. But they haven't had that lead.
And I mean, it is in some ways easier because there just are so few expectations for Leto Cook. I mean, obviously they want to win. They want to go as far as you can. But for Navi, representing like one of the most legendary organizations in Counter-Strike, yeah, it's exactly like you know that you have to do a lot. Like you feel like you have a reason to win beyond just like wanting to play further into the tournament, and that can put some pressure on people a lot more than you might expect. So we'll see how this plays out. 9-7. We're leading in round number 17 here. It's Rachel actually taking a lot of damage at the start of the round, but again, this should be a 10-7 lead.
Theoretically. We've seen Leto Cook do some crazy things on lower buys. This time around, it's NAVI who are in the disadvantageous position. I mean, Rachel's your Mac 10 player. For her to go low, it's actually not the end of the world. If it was somebody else that went low, you just kind of swap out the guns. You want her to be kind of that rush forward, get that early information, possibly get a kill, open up the site kind of player. And she's doing her job. There you go, Melly, all the way in onto the A site, completely uncontested. You were talking about B ramp. I feel like in this particular instance, it's A long. That's been the sneak up position that just hasn't been held onto.
Yeah, nobody was looking, able to shoot them in the back maliciously, you might say. Malicious. Making up new words myself. It's Angelica on her own. Obviously, you're just trying to do a little bit more damage to reflex the Deagle, but it looks like they're going to be able to hunt her down as well. So, yeah, this is a round that's worked out very well. Oh, they're jumping Mac 10, because why not? They're laughing their way through the round. They're really enjoying themselves at the moment. I'm getting a bit nervous once again for NAVI. I really am.
Yeah. I love that our expectations are just kind of being thrown out the window, right? Like we've spent most of today waiting for that big upset, waiting for like the team that's going to throw all of our expectations out the window, and it looks like it's going to be let her cook more than likely. And they've already done that. The fact that they've made it, nobody thought they were going to get to Dallas in the first place. So for them to now be once again in that upset position, already up to those double digits, already looking incredibly poised to take this first best of one. There you go, Rachel, another key opener for them. I'm going to push out aggressively, get that control early on, but NAVI bite back. They've taken some aggression of their own, some advanced positions here, and they've brought the numbers down to an even kilter.
Look at this duel right here, but it's Melly coming out on top. They were just dancing around the donut for a long time. Viku, is anyone watching? Oh, Melly is showing up, an absolute hero in that round. Otherwise, it would have been a really good chance for Viku to get both those kills and stop the bomb from being planted, and it goes the other way instead. Huge round for Melly.
Oh, the timing on that one was horrific. There was a world, right, where somehow Viku stops the bomb, gets that second, and then just holds it down. But unfortunately, I mean, we saw something similar with Astra a little bit earlier as well, right? That timing makes such a big difference. We're so close to the end of the line here. And NAVI have got to be feeling that pressure. We spoke about it a little bit earlier, but at this point, when you're so close to the end, now you've just lost a round where you kind of had to force in. Your economy is looking rough, to say the very least. Lose this round, you're on series point.
Yeah, it's all working against them right now. And individually, they're just feeling, or looking at least, very, very confident. On the T sides, Melly starting to get their 16 kills, Rachel still at 19, but it's a bit of a gap right now to what's happening on the other side. Viku is trying her absolute best. She's got 17 kills, so they need somebody to help her out. It's probably not going to be in this round again. Scout and pistols. It's doable, but let her cook so far. I've got away with way more of these kind of rounds. It's going to be Rachel to start off with. Nice position here for the 5-7, and she's going to get confirmation. There are a lot of people coming on the other side, but again, they don't have the weapon to really hold on, and Melly's landing headshots left and right.
Well, Rachel all the way on the other side of the map's getting like stupid amounts done. And there you go, that final kill on Delina. She almost managed to at least get one for herself. But again, that map control fanning out across the entire map. It's something that I was praising NAVI for a little bit earlier on. And Little Cook are like, hold on, anything you can do, we can do too. A great round from them to get them onto series point. And of course, it was a bit of an anti-eco, but that doesn't change the fact that we're now on series point.
Yeah, they're getting there really, really quickly. NAVI Javelins, they're just never really off the ground. I'm surprised to see this. They're not out of it yet. They could still be playing for overtime, obviously, but so far, it's been Let Her Cook that have really dictated the pace of this game, and they're going to keep going here. Joanna getting the early kill, and Jelka pushed into the corner, and she cannot escape. Great flashbangs being thrown from Astra in the background. It's really worth pointing out. Elena going to get a shot, and we'll take down Joanna. Still a 3 versus 3 with the bomb just on the edge. It's going to find Lena right there, and now they should be able to get the bomb planted.
Oh, Letty, so close to being able to get a kill there. Now Hanka, everything is on her shoulders. She somehow has to bring this one back. Bomb down. She doesn't have the time, doesn't have the kits, and doesn't have the shot. It's Astra to hold it down, to shut them out, and send them down to the lower bracket. Let Her Cook have indeed cooked today.
I can't believe it. That is a really, really surprising result. Again, you think about what NAVI Javelins have been able to achieve so far in the history of ESL Impact, and then, again, falling victim. This time it's a best of one, but again, they actually lose the match to Let Her Cook. So this is turning into a bit of a grudge match in some